mẹ́fà lọ́fíìsì ó ti dẹrú owó tó bá ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ bí iṣẹ́ ó ní láti lówó lọ́wọ́ ò bá dúró dọlọ́run ṣiṣẹ́ 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 o kó wá takú tọlọ́run ṣiṣẹ́ bí iṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run á fún ẹ lówó. Má jẹ́ kọ́ ọ̀jábọ̀ ó ga jù onídùúrù yóò wá rọra.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Seun, it's nice to really have you on. I wonder what goes through your mind when you do all of those, and it's just like playing any of this in London or in France, as the case be. But this is Yoruba. This is local tunes. How do you connect and compose songs that fit and can be sung anywhere in the world like this?
Well, basically, I'm a studied musician, and well, I'm a proponent and practitioner of what you call African art music in general, and then using the tenets of the processes, the things that are available for also African pianism. Okay, so well, basically, these songs are conceived, you know, at a very cerebral level, you know, where you carefully think of what you want to say, you know, in a song or in a composition, and of course, you know, you take time to think about it. You take time to take notes, and to draft out, you know, map out a plan, what you call pre-compositional considerations for any composition that you want to do. And then, of course, after, you know, all that, you know, of course, you go ahead and do the composition. In this song, for instance, I mean, a lot goes into it in terms of the lyric content, in terms of the cultural background content, and in terms of the musical content, you know, the piano, the voice, and everything. So, you know, my compositions.
I'm just wondering the peculiarity that comes you have to sing from a script, the music is scored. I mean, it's not like the freestyle, you know, the kind of hip-hop music that we listen to these days. How relevant is this music in our current generation?
Okay, well, it is relevant because of the fact that a lot of such music as this, you know, is culturally generated. And it's culturally generated. For instance, I mean, I talked about African pianism, you know, the last time, a few moments ago. I talked about African pianism, which is basically a compositional process, you know, that uses, you know, the elements that are available in traditional music, you know, such as repetition, such as making the piano to speak like a drum. Okay. All right. And, you know, and other things, other processes, you know, that are available, you know, in traditional music. You understand? And the vocal attitudes, you understand? The vocal attitudes that are available in different traditional genres of music, you know. You transport those, you know, research about them, know about them, and then, of course, you transport those into this sort of music. So
what is this genre called?
Well, you can, this is African art music.
Okay. African. All right. When it comes to the African, there's the Afro juju, there's the Afro pop, there's the Afro, you know, Afro all of these and Afro all of that. Yes. How do they all mix, or how do they all part?
Okay, well, you know, there are different genres of music. Before you come to the Afro, you have the pop, for instance. Right. Before you come to Afro Juju, you have Juju music. Okay. Before you come to Afro hip hop, you have hip hop. So basically, you know, in all these different genres of music, it's just basically making it a little bit more African, depending on the level of Africanism that you want to inject into it.
So does your audience determine the kind of composition that you put together, or you just compose anything that comes to your mind? What drives it?
Okay, well, the answer to that is yes and no.
Okay.
There are compositions, you know, I as a composer, there are compositions that I entirely contrive on my own. Say, okay, I have a theme, I have a musical concept, and I'd like to write on this. You know, there are compositions on that level. On the other hand, you have compositions that are either commissioned by an organization or by an individual. And of course, you have to, in such a situation, you have to look at what your commission, the person who commissioned you, the organization that commissioned you, you have to be aware and to be, you know, to be mindful, you know, to be mindful to what they actually want. I mean, if a television house commissions me, for instance, to write a theme song, you know, of course I have to be mindful of what is the vision, what is the mission, what are the goals of, you know, such a commission. So I have to write, you know,
to fit into what they do. You know, Seun, I am particularly intrigued about the details that goes into your music. I'm peeping into your notes and I can see, you know, all those musical notes that, you know, we were taught way back. But I'm more impressed about the many things you do as Seun Owoaje. You are the CEO, Center Techniques Limited, a composer, an arranger, a university lecturer, an audio engineer, a music consultant, an instructor. How do you put all of that together in one person?
Well, the good news about all those titles is that I don't have to do everything all at the same time. Of course, one man is one man, you know. As occasion demands, okay, of course, I am the CEO of Center Techniques, a piano supplies and instruments management company, okay, which of course Center Techniques is responsible for bringing this, you know. So, you know, as occasion demands.
All right, I'm going to give you just a few minutes, to 1 minute or so, to give us some tunes, because I'm going to bring another. I'm going to bring someone that's going to baffle you, someone that's going to wow you into the studio right now. So give us some few sounds. Let's hear you as I'm going to cut into you when you're going on. But let's start with you.
Okay.
I'm going to let the cat out of the bag gradually. Go ahead.
Báwo ni, ọ̀rẹ́, báwo ni, báwo ni business, báwo ni family, mo kí ẹ kú iṣẹ́, mo kí ẹ kú iṣẹ́, ìgbàgbọ́ wà, ìrètí wà, ohun tó fẹ́ ayọ̀jú, ìgbà ń yí lọ bí odò, àsìkò ń sá lọ kò dúró, dákun má dúró, dákun má ṣíwọ́ rere tó fẹ́ ṣe. Ó bá wà láyé, ó bá wà láyé, ìrètí ń bẹ fún ẹ, ó máa dára. Ó bá wà láyé, ó bá wà láyé, ìrètí ń bẹ fún ẹ, ó máa dára.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Beautiful. I love that.
I love that. That's taking me to another level. Thank you, Seun. Thank you. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome to the studio right now the President
Of the Federal Republic.
of the Federal Republic. That's it.
Of Niger.
It is my pleasure to welcome MC Tagwaye to the studio right now. Wonderful. Mr. President, it is my honor to have you in our studio this morning.
Can I have a presidential handshake?
You don't have presidential handshake while seated.
Oh, that is true. That is true, Mr. President. Good morning.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
And nice to see you.
Good morning.
Welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
What brings you to Lagos? We thought today you'll be very busy somewhere with some assignments.
Yes, well, this is part of it. This is part of it. I'm here actually for the Indomie awards.
Okay.
You know, they're awarding children that are heroes in what they have partaken in one way or the other, to either save life or save situation.
Interesting.
So I was at the event last year and this year again. So it's something of national interest. Anything that has to do with Nigeria and, you know, promotes Nigeria, well, I'm in for it.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Looking at you more closely, Mr. President, you look fine, dapper. I mean, are you aware that there are still Nigerians who cannot afford 3 square meal, and you're looking this fine and handsome? What exactly are you doing about that?
Everybody cannot be rich. Of course, there will be. That's why you have rich and you have poor. If there are no poor, then I think there wouldn't be any word like poor. But because there must be poor, and that's why you have poor.
So we're going to have to watch you dance, Mr. President.
Yeah.
Have you seen Mr. President dance?
I've not. It's the first. It's going to be
Yes,
the
so-
first on the stage. Thank God the president is on the stage right now. We have a musician here. We have a comedian. We have a comedy box here. Let me say. So let's put a mix together and have the president give us some moves this morning.
Mr. President, you
if
must
you
dance.
If you want us to join you,
I
we can
wish-
join to support you.
I wish I can.
Okay.
I wish I can. Probably you people can dance better.
Well, you can dance
much,
too.
you are much younger.
Uh-huh.
You are much younger. How old are you?
Sir, I'm just about 24 years old.
24. How old are you?
I'm very young. Even though I have gray hair here, but I'm very young.
I think he tinted his beard.
I think
No, I'm very young.
you can dance better.
But anybody can dance.
No.
Even we've seen former late Nelson Mandela dance before, even at the age of 90.
That is Nelson Mandela in
Okay.
South Africa.
All right, let's
right.
get some music.
Let's hear some music. Maybe we'll dance on behalf of the president. Yes. Yeah. All right. It's official now. This is where we are going to obviously round off the show. Mr. President, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on the program.
Thank you very much.
We thank you so much.
Thank you.
you.
Thank
And we also thank Bumi Davies for coming on the program. We thank you so much. We thank you for being with us in the studio this morning. And Seun, you've really made the day. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you. Yes. So let's say we have a great weekend ahead from the studio and the crew, everyone. We thank you for spending your morning with us. On Monday we'll be back again, but have a great weekend and God bless you. I am Mike Owoaje.
And I am Fabio Gutoye. Thank God it's Friday.
Thank you. And we're rounding off the show with Mr. President standing by me and Bumi Davies and Seun as well. Have a great weekend.
Mr. President, you must drop something before you
Thank you.